Hey, I'm Tom Odell, and you're watching 101.9 KINK Radio in the Bloodworks live studio.
Very nice. Tom Odell here in the Bloodworks live studio. Thank you so much for coming out today.
It's a pleasure. It's nice to be here. It's back again.
Yeah, 5 years ago, 2013.
Yes.
That was, I think, before you picked up that Critics Choice Award.
Maybe. Around that time.
Around that same time. Yeah. 2013, a big year. That song right there from Wrong Crowd from 2 years ago, your last album.
Yeah, that's right.
In case you're wondering, we did text each other and say, wear plaid. So I should have wore the red.
I thought in Portland people like wearing plaid.
It's very appropriate, and I came true on that. Another thing I wanted to point out, as you walked out, you brought out your hot tea, sat it on the piano, and then I think you had this thought, I probably should pull that off the piano before I start to play.
I've dropped many cups of hot beverages onto pianos.
Into pianos.
And it definitely ruins them.
Okay.
And this is a lovely piano. So it's very bright and it's very unique. There's not many pianos like this in the world. Sort of small, upright. But it's a Steinway, so it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was going to be my next question, but you answered it, whether the tea actually makes pianos sound better or worse. 'Cause
it makes my voice a little bit more bearable.
Sure. We love it anyway. So you're at the Old Church tonight, touring on a new album that's not even out yet.
No, we're doing it the old school way, which is, I talked to my people that I work with in the music industry, and been in it for a while. It's like in the 70s, artists used to tour, before or around the album. These days, it's much more. You put an album out, and 3 months later, you tour. But it's really nice doing it this way.
Was that a decision to do it that way?
Yeah, I wanted to. I think big part of what I do is playing live, like in that slightly older school way. And it's the albums are not about the production; they're about the performance. And so I think the best way to hear the songs is to hear them live. And I think the best way to promote the album is to play it to people live, not to just hear it on the internet and CDs and stuff,
Certainly. And I think a lot of times we hear those songs on the album, and then when we go and we hear them live, it's like, wait a minute, it doesn't sound that way.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We should say the name of the album, Jubilee Road, which is out next month. Jubilee Road, from what I understand, is not an actual road, but it's based on a road, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's a road somewhere. I think it's in sort of like, there's a few of them across the UK. I don't think I've ever actually been to a real one, but no, it's a road I lived on for 2 years, and I guess to protect the sort of identity of it's a very small road.
Yeah,
I didn't want to sort of people arriving there.
Right, we'd all go show up.
Yeah,
like, we're here.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, but no, it's I guess a lot of you won't know that much about me, but I've toured for the past sort of 6 years, and on finishing touring the second album, I unpacked my bags and I had this house, and I was going to take some time off, and ended up making an album that was inspired by the characters that, partly imagination, but inspired by the neighbours and friends I met on this road. And it's very much, the whole album is very much about community and it's storytelling, and I think that it's quite different from the previous 2 albums I've made.
When you ended up writing up songs about these people in your life, did you realize, oh, this is about Bob down the street? I don't know if Bob lives down the street.
Well,
did you go tell Bob, hey, by the way, I wrote a song about you?
Well, there's a chap called Russ, who's Mr. Bouvier in one of the songs.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll play it next. It's called Jubilee Road, and there's a few characters in this song, and certainly Russ is became a very good friend of mine, and a pretty good friend of mine, and he used to come over for cups of tea in the afternoon when I was writing the album, and tell me his life stories. But he's an amazing chap, and I think I was always sort of, when I was writing previous albums, I always thought one had to sort of seek dramatic adventure to find inspiration for songs. It had to be drama, but I think with this album, I found so much inspiration in detail and on my doorstep. And really, there's a great adventure within everybody's lives. And I think that's really what this album sort of found.
So I think what we just learned there is if you hang out with Tom too long, he's going to write a song about you.
Yeah, don't come too close.
Yeah, and then if you do, just be careful what you tell him.
Be careful, yeah.
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 Well, we enjoy having you here in the Bloodworks Live studio, so I would love to hear that song about Russ.
Yeah, great.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tom Odell here in the Bloodworks Live studio.